going on, family? It's your big brother K Reno. I'm in here with my brother Wash Off. And before we get started, the first thing we want to do is thank God. We want to thank Him for everything that we have and everything that He's blessed us with. And it's crazy because even though we thank Him a lot, we can still never thank Him enough. He blessed us to recognize the truth, learn the truth, and then speak the truth. And once you believe that truth, then it becomes your truth. So speak your truth. Speak it even when it's a little different from somebody else's. Because we gotta understand that it is possible for more than one thing to be right. But what's even better than speaking the truth is living the truth. And then standing on it. Stand on it even when the whole world is coming down on your head. Stand on it even though they gonna call you crazy. They gonna say that your truth is a lie. They might even plot and plan against you. But you stand on it with no fear. Cause when you fear man, you disrespect God. And what good is gonna come out of that? So enough of all this yapping. It's time to hear some truth in this rapping. And as you listen, you'll find yourself having to make a decision. And the question will be, will you ride with the authentic, or will you ride with something that's not really yours, like a car that's rented?
What's happening, people? Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another day at the pulpit. Today, I want to talk about being down with somebody or being down with a clique that ain't down with you. You know, they showing you that they down with you, and you might be believing that they are down with you, but when it came down to it, or when it come down to it, they are nowhere to be found. I've been in plenty of situations where I was, cool with people. I considered them to be my gang, or my brothers, or my whatever it was. We had camaraderie, and we was down for each other. I proved and I showed that I was down with them, and I was pretty much doing this, doing that, and they showed me that they was down with me. But that was only in certain situations. I remember a couple of times where, me and a homeboy of mine came into contact with our nemesis. And they, approached us and was ready to get down. And my homeboy took off running. And I was left behind to defend or fend for myself. While my homeboy that I thought was down with me, he caught out. And I done been in a couple of situations like that. And you would have thought that I would have, wised up, but I was, younger. So, I had to go through some things to figure some things out. And, I even got shot, in the ass behind, being down with people that wasn't even down with me. When the shit came down to it, they caught out, and, I was left behind and, got busted at, and I'm running, and shit, I got hit. My damn phone ringing. But anyway, let that shit stop. But yeah, so I done been in situations like that, and it took me some time to wise up, but I wised up. And those people that I once ran with are no longer. I don't deal with them. You know, had to wise up. But, you know, it's a lot of people out there still, you know, running with people that they think down with them. And when the time presents itself to show, you know, if they are down with them, then they going to see that they really not down with them. You know, and it's kind of messed up that, you know, I'm sitting back and I'm just looking on a wider spectrum, and I'm looking at the world, the way this world is right now, you know, with all this confusion, these wars that's going on right now, you know, Russia and Ukraine. And I'm just sitting back, just, you know, looking at this shit. And I'm like, man, no, Ukraine is supposed to be United States allies, from what I thought. You know, I thought they were supposed to be, you know, big brother, little brother type of thing. And, you know, you got any brothers out here and they your big brothers, you know, they going to try to, you know, protect you. I got big brothers out here and they, you know, did whatever they could to try to protect me when I had, you know, people coming at me or, you know, whatever. Whatever the case was, they was there to try to protect their little brother. So I'm looking at Ukraine and I'm looking at United States. And Russia has invaded Ukraine. You know, Russia pretty much had no grounds for doing it. They making up shit. And I'm just sitting back looking at all the people that's being affected by it. And it's nothing that Ukraine can do. They could fight, but it's like fighting with somebody you know you can't win. You're going to fight, but at the end you know you're going to lose. And so that's pretty much where Ukraine is at. And the big brother, which would be the United States, sitting back and they coaching them, telling them, you know, what you need to do. Damn phone ringing again. Somebody really trying to get in contact with me. But yeah, so like United States is sitting back and they like you know, coaching Ukraine. You know, sending weapons over there, you know, telling them, hey, do this, do that. But they really not, or they really don't want to get involved because now they up against a formidable opponent. And that's how it is out here in these streets when you're dealing with people. You know, you have people that's down with you, but then when y'all facing a formidable opponent, then they tend to quail away. And, you know, you be sitting there, you strong, you ain't about to, you know, capitulate to nobody. So you going to stand there and fight, but the people that you thought would stand there and fight with you, they took off and they left you. And that's pretty much where Ukraine is at. You know, they sitting there, they don't have nobody to help them fight Russia. Now, United States is sitting back and they, you know, throwing little stuff out there like, oh, you better not fly over here, you better not do that. You know, throwing little things out there, but Russia is pretty much looking at the United States, calling a bluff. Like, oh, I better not fly over here, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna fly over here. Oh, I better not go over here, I'm gonna go over here. And they pretty much calling United States bluff. Now, I don't condone no war. I don't want United States to go to war because if they go to war, that's going to affect everybody that live in the United States. So I don't condone it. But what I'm saying is, you know, having people out there that's supposed to be on your team, and they are proven to be not down with you. You know, they are not on your team. So what do you do in a situation like that? You know, if you're a country and you seeing that all these other countries that were supposed to be there to help you and protect your democracy, they are not there. What do you do in a situation like that? That's a hard question. That is a hard question. I could give you what I think, but I don't think I could really answer that. I don't really think I could answer that, because that's a hard one. I mean, you go from dealing with homeboys in the streets to now dealing with countries. That's a big, big difference. So yeah, and I was talking to my wife, and she, had she was empathetic towards Ukraine, but when she seen how they was doing them black folk over there, in Ukraine, how they was pretty much disowning them and kicking them to the curb when they are citizens of Ukraine, she started to look at Ukraine a little different, and she was upset. She was like, they ain't no different from these white folk over here in America, doing black people wrong. And so, it wasn't right for her to think like that, but you got to understand the pain and the history that black people have when it comes to dealing with people of another race. It's historically it's been detrimental. It's been bad. You know what I mean? So, and she more on that pro-black type of shit. I'm not too much on that, but she really on that. But yeah, when you have people that say they down with you, but then when y'all come up against a formidable opponent, and the people that say they was down with you leave you and run away, what do you do? Well, what Ukraine doing, they stand there, they fighting, but at the end of the day, we all know that Russia is too big, they are too powerful. If Russia felt like they was going to lose, what do y'all think that Russia would do? If Russia was losing the ground war, what do you think Russia would do? What I think that, Russia would do is nuke them. That's what I think. And that's the truth. I mean, it's people's reputation on the line. Putin, what the hell would he look like if he lose fighting against Ukraine? You know what I'm saying? What would his reputation to be fucked up? So there's no way that he gonna lose this war. So Ukraine, the citizens of Ukraine, pretty much fighting a war that they are bound to lose. It's no way they could win. And United States and the rest of the countries, NATO, they all, have their own little clique or whatever the thing is, called NATO. They not doing nothing. They scared of confrontation. But like I said again, I reiterate, I do not condone a war jumping out, because it will affect everybody in the United States. It's already affecting us with gas prices. And, United States is a giant, but giants can get touched. You know what I'm saying? And if we get touched, we don't know. If United States get touched, it could be Houston, it could be Chicago, it could be, anywhere. So I don't wish that for nobody. But what do you do in a situation like that? I have no answers for it. If it was me going through that, And once all the smoke cleared, you know, how I handle people that I dealt with out here in the streets and I just left them alone, that's pretty much what I would do. But then when you talk about countries, if you leave everybody alone, you know, you fucked. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at it like, oh, well, y'all ain't helped me, so I don't want to deal with y'all no more. It's like you almost gotta ingratiate yourself with these countries, even though they have left you to fight for yourself. You still, you know, when the war is over, you still have to ingratiate yourself with these countries that was supposed to be your big brothers, and that's really fucked up. But that's the world that we live in. But that's it, man. I just had that on me. I needed to get out without my little phone call interruptions. I'm gonna go check my phone, see who the hell that was. But peace out.